Let's get together and feel all right, because every little thing's going to be all right. Let's wave with the love streamers. Make sure let them presence themselves in the room. They're taking the cameras of you guys. You can look this way because the camera's right here, and they want to see your face. They love it. We get letters saying, thank you for presencing us in the room this particular way. The lights are up. You guys are smiling. You took showers. It's really a good thing to keep your social contract around cleanliness and brushing of the teeth. And it's a meditation. Yeah. So let's give the love streamers some love. And let's give ourselves some love. Just look around the room and just fall in love with the beings all around you. Just get a sense that these beings have shown up at the very first service of the month to celebrate the divine with you, and that you've shown up to be with them. And you cast a blessing for all of these beings right now. Just have an inward desire that they be set free from any form of limitation whatsoever, that they may come into a state of such liberation that the joy and the harmony that's intrinsic to our nature can begin to radiate more profoundly. Want that for everybody. Accept that for yourself. And then accept it now for the person sitting right next to you. Look at that sweet being. Isn't he or she sweet? My God. Listen, you've never been this person before, so you've never seen this person before. You think you know them? You don't. They've changed since the last time you saw them. So look at that being and say, oh my God, you're magnificent. There's so much light in you, so much love in you, so much beauty in you, so much joy in you, so much power in you, so much prosperity in you. And those qualities trump all circumstances. You have come to set those qualities free, that we may change the world for the better, together, in the here and now. Let's do this. Oh man, give up some love. Get thee behind me, circumstances. Get thee behind me, situations that I don't like. There's a triumphant joy and a peace that is emerging in all of us. We welcome you here today. The theme of the month and the theme of the meditation retreat was the same theme, breaking our inner boundaries and setting ourselves free, because it is essential to know that what we are experiencing primarily are the filters by which we see life through. They create the protective boundaries that we call ourself, our identities, the way we identify ourselves. And as we enter whole-souledly into a spiritual practice, which is why we are here, by the way, to be encouraged and inspired to develop and to progress along the path of spiritual practice. So that, as I was saying in the earlier service, so that we don't just know about spirituality, we don't just know about meditation, that we don't just have a desire to intellectualize that which is spiritual, but to spiritualize the intellect through a whole soul practice, so that it yields insight and revelation, and that the inner borders, the inner boundaries that define us at times begin to dissolve, begin to break free, so that we can see that we are an unlimited, illimitable being for real. Not just in theory, not just a part of a religious or spiritual belief, but as an insight after insight, noticing that your boundaries will dissolve, and you'll begin to see yourself as you are seen by the Spirit of the living God, and as you break free from the myopic perceptions of who and what you are, you'll also break free from the tyranny of what you think other people are thinking about you. That is a tyranny that individuals live under, because their identification is around who they are as small persons, as personages, and sons and daughters of parents, socialized into a larger community, and have the tendency to compare, and have the tendency to really be concerned about what other people are thinking about them, forgetting, of course, that generally speaking, we are projecting onto other people our hidden thoughts about ourselves and putting it on other people and say they're thinking that about us. That's a part of the filter, a part of the perception, a part of the boundaries that we live our life in. And we end up then justifying and seeking to be right about our perceptions, not coming into an understanding that the other individuals aren't even thinking about you at all. They're thinking about what you're thinking about them. And so there you have the fiction of frictions. You have individuals in frictional relationships based on their fictional characters that they've created out of their own misbegotten use of their imagination. Not you, not here, not now. We're breaking the inner boundaries through affirmative prayer, through life visioning, through meditation, through extending ourselves in our class work, our holy fellowship, our sacred service, our generous spirit as we give and share and shine. And there becomes a moment in which we break free, as we have been discussing at the retreat this weekend throughout the new year, beginning of the new year. We begin to break free, and we begin to be prone to having an insight and a revelation as to our real nature and being. And through the practice of lowly listening, through the practice of meditation, through the practice of real prayer, connecting with the soulful reality without trying to get anything from it, we end up yielding and hearing the eternal broadcast. Now, broadcast means transmission. There is an eternal transmission that's going on throughout all creation and beyond. Now, I say all creation and beyond on purpose because the presence of God is not circumscribed by its creation. All of creation is within the presence of God, and the presence of God may be in all creation, but all creation is in the presence of God, and beyond the creation, the unformed substance of the darkness, the unformed substance of the internal and eternal void, God is there as well. And so this dynamic presence being everywhere. Oh, let me just stop for a second. I'm caught up in it. The presence is everywhere. Okay, everywhere. And there is an eternal broadcast throughout all creation and beyond. In other words, there is a transmission from the mind of the infinite about the nature of the infinite, the nature of reality that is changeless, birthless, and causeless. It's a broadcast. An eternal transmission. Now, this is very important because some individuals have been brought up with a misbegotten notion that God comes and goes, or that God can be influenced, that God can change up. And even if you don't believe that, if you've been inducted into that way of thinking, it can become a hidden belief and a subconscious belief. So though, if I were to ask you, do you believe God comes and goes? You would say, no, God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. But underneath that belief, there may be a mental law operating where your hidden belief is, yeah, I think God comes and goes, and I got to pray to get God here because God doesn't feel here right now. So God must have gone and abandoned me temporarily. But if I pray long enough and hard enough and with a deep sense of fervor, God will come back and I will catch the eternal broadcast of the Spirit. No. There is an eternal broadcast, a transmission that never, ever stops. It's not like your radio. It's not like the technology that you have. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's off. Sometimes you can get to the Wi-Fi, but and sometimes you can't. No, there is a divine internet, an internet within you. It allows you to be connected all of the time. God is always broadcasting. And what is it broadcasting? This presence is broadcasting its eternal nature. It's broadcasting reality. It's broadcasting what is real all the time. Every flower, every leaf has an angel that's beckoning it to greatness. Every being has guardian angels and the Spirit of God calling it forth into excellence. Every square inch, even the length on the ground is aglow with the Spirit of God, and its substance of being is broadcasting and radiating a luminosity if only your eyes could catch it. So we are here to catch the eternal broadcast. Now, if you consider that when you're praying, when you consider that when you're meditating, when you consider that when you're entering into the life visioning process, that you're not trying to force your particular thought onto the presence, but that you're trying to catch the broadcast. Open my eyes that I may see. Open my ears that I may hear. Open my heart that I may feel the divine presence. Let me be pliable. Let me be available. Let me be open. Let me be flexible. Let me be absolutely supple. That which is always giving of itself, I can begin to catch it in consciousness. That my life can represent it. And I can be a representation of the holy broadcast according to my unique pattern. Now, as that becomes more and more real to you, then you will forecast excellence in your life. That is where we're going. That's the topic. Catch the eternal broadcast that you may forecast excellence. The word forecast means predict. The word forecast means to prophesy. And so you can actually forecast and prophesy excellence in and as your life. You'll catch the broadcast, then you'll forecast excellence. You'll begin to prophesy for yourself every single day. This is going to be a great day. I can feel it in my bones. Everything is going to work together for my good. Endless opportunities that are going to show up, and I forecast that I'm going to recognize those opportunities. I forecast that there's not going to be any hindrance or blockages to the opportunities and the absolute possibilities that surround me every single day of my life. I don't need to look at the news to get the forecast of the weather. Every little thing's going to be all right. I can forecast that. I can forecast that. Now, when you begin to catch the broadcast, and then you begin to moment by moment forecast the excellence in your life, you begin to notice, as the retreatants notice, that you'll be able to separate yourself because the separation is already there. You'll begin to separate yourself from thought forms and moods and attitudes that sometimes beset you as you begin to react to circumstances and situations. Some are chronic, some are temporary, they've just shown up. You begin to notice the difference between the transmission of the Holy Spirit and a particular mood that has temporarily snagged you. And you'll be able to see that temporary mood, that particular attitude, those particularly crazy thoughts, they are not your identity. They are part of the content emanating from the sea of mental garbage that has their birth from a sense of separation from the mind of God. And you'll be able to continue to lowly listen. Hear the transmission saying in substance, you are my beloved. You are my beloved. You are my unique beloved. You are my one-of-a-kind beloved. You are my irreplaceable, irreducible beloved. You are my beloved, and as you begin to listen as a way of living, and you begin to catch as a way of living, and you begin to integrate and embody what you are catching as a way of living, you'll lowly listen and you'll hear the second half of that statement, in whom I am well pleased. You will hear the universal presence saying, I am well pleased because I get to dance as you. I get to live as you. I get to express as you. I get to give as you. I get to sing as you. I get to reveal the beauty as your life. I'm well pleased because I've got another big playground to show up in. There's nobody inhibiting me from expressing. There's no suppressing of the peace that is within me. There is no denigrating the brilliance that is God that wants to shine through you. No more being shy about your magnificence. No more inhibiting the brilliance of your life, but coming into an awareness that as you grow, develop, and unfold into catching the broadcast, forecasting the excellence, you move into a state of consciousness where you no longer compare yourself with another. You will know that you're not equal, you're not superior, nor are you inferior to anyone. You are a unique emanation of the Most High God. No comparison to you. The presence of God does not repeat itself. So you are the only one of you. No one can compare themselves to you, and you can't compare yourself to anyone, so give it up. Give it up. Let it go. Wake up and forecast excellence. And then when you enter into the dynamic of spiritual community, the holy communion of human beings on the planet, you won't be trying to get anything from anybody. You will let your light so shine that you will be the individual that shines, that radiates, that gives, that supports, that embraces, that encourages, that uplifts, that inspires, and never tears down. Because you are not in competition, you are in a radiant compassion of generosity of your soul. These are the things that are promised, but they're not something that can be done with willpower, not something that can be done merely by memorizing the golden rule or memorizing love your neighbor as yourself. No, it comes through a powerful listening with a dynamic intentionality and a willingness to change and be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may see the way that it is. Not conforming to the world, but being transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is practice, 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 until the practice becomes just your way of living. It becomes how you live your life. Now, the promise is this. The promise, of course, is one, a dynamic, perfect peace of mind that passes human understanding. The promise is a triumphant joy that has nothing to do with circumstances. The promise is all needs met, a dynamic, harmonizing prosperity that has nothing to do with consumerism and materialism. A dynamic wholeness and radiant good. This is a part of the promise. Why? Because it's already been given you. You've already got it. It's only been suppressed by what? The inner boundary, the limited perception, the tyranny of living in comparison to others, and the tyranny of being overly concerned about what other people are thinking about what you're thinking about. When you break free from those inner boundaries, when you set yourself free, where are you living? Oh my God, you are living in heaven. You are living in ever-expanding good. You are living in a joy that wants to take over your life if you will be so inclined to accept and catch the broadcast through deep and pure listening of the still, small voice. I want you to embrace a moment right now. I want you to embrace a moment that happened in your life, because every single being has had this happen. Every single being has had a moment in which time has stopped, in which you actually had a revelation and caught the frequency of the Most High speaking through and as you. You caught your brilliance. You caught the loving intentionality of your own heart. You got just who you were to God, and perhaps you forgot it. Perhaps it got covered up. As the reading indicated today by Dr. Howard Washington Thurman, that moment of high resolve perhaps faded into the recesses of your mind as commonplace experiences began to happen in your life. But you can begin every single day with a remembrance of that. And then this is what happens. Your spiritual practice, you're entering into spiritual community. You're entering into classwork. You're entering into actually practicing these spiritual principles across the board. So mental, emotional, physical. You begin to develop a level of coherence around the spiritual ideas, but your bodies and your subtle bodies begin to be able to carry more energy. Now, this is very important, because many of you, I would say every single one of you, because there's an angel by you right now, the transmission is happening, giving you insight right now. Every single one of you have ahas. But sometimes energetically you can't hold them. There's too much sluggishness mentally, too much sluggishness emotionally, too much sluggishness physically. Your energy isn't high enough. You can't hold the higher frequency for long, so it fades into memory. 2 years ago, I had a really good memory, a good meditation experience. It was good. I really felt connected with God, and it became a memory of that because the inside couldn't integrate because there was no way of life high enough to hold the frequency. You were locked into what other people were thinking about you. You were conforming to the world. You were living in fear and worry. But with the listening to the broadcast and catching it, and entering into that on a daily basis, in forecasting excellence in your life, your frequency is raised. The subtle bodies and the physical body can hold more energy. And then when that aha moment comes, oh my God, it gets integrated into your way of living. It doesn't fade into the recesses of memory. You're not living by Memorex anymore. You're living by that which is real. And now what happens? Your word becomes law. When you forecast and declare and decree the good that will happen in your life, it is a law because there is nothing in you that is denying what you say. You're integrated on a subconscious and conscious level. And where there are two or more gathered, when the subconscious and the conscious are in agreement, now you're available to the superconscious mind taking over your life. There's an integration that happens. This isn't magical thinking. It's not magic. There is a catching of the broadcast, an integration. Spiritual practice lends itself to the raising of your frequency. This is why we invite you to take care of your structures, to take care of the body temple like it's a pet. Exercise it, walk it, stretch it, put good living food in it, hydrate with good water. Take time out for the living waters of the Spirit in your prayer and meditation. Study, fellowship, give, serve. And then you'll discover that everything starts to integrate. And you can hold the vibration. It doesn't just come and go. And then that becomes your new norm. It's like what was previously a high. Let me tell you what a high is. A high is a precursor to your next stage of evolution. That when you get oh wow, that is a precursor to the next level that's pulling you. But you got to do a little work. And then it becomes integrated, and it becomes your norm. It doesn't feel high anymore. Just feel, this is me. I'm happy. Why are you happy? I don't know. I can tell you 10 reasons why I shouldn't be, but I'm still happy. Becomes the new norm, the new baseline for evolving good in your life. Hear it, hear it, hear it right now. You're breaking free. You're breaking through your inner boundaries through spiritual practice, setting yourself free. Hear it now. You're catching the eternal broadcast so that you can forecast excellence. Now, I want you to try it for a few days. I want you to wake up and actually just forecast how your day is going to be. Don't forecast from your mood. Don't forecast from any crazy thinking going on, any particular attitude. No. Notice the mood, notice the attitude, bracket it, means put it to the side for a moment, and then forecast the brilliance of your life. Listen in prayer and meditation, and then forecast, predict, prophesy on yourself. This is going to be a great day. Moment by moment by moment, my needs are met. Moment by moment by moment, I am safe. Safety is a real powerful issue in this emotional contagion that the world is living in now. And it always becomes more of an issue whenever there's an election afoot, because every politician, not every, but most politicians want to scare you into voting for them. And so this safety becomes an issue. But when you understand that your safety comes from living in the secret place of the Most High under the shadow of the Almighty, where no hurt, harm, or danger can come nigh your dwelling place. When you become aware that your consciousness is your safety net, it's not an issue for you. You're not afraid of death. Got your spiritual thing together. If it's your time to go, you go. If it's not your time to go, you're not going to go. It's not your time, you ain't going nowhere. People have gone over, they thought it was their time. I want to stay. And I'm sorry. You got to go back. I don't want to go back. It's dense down there. The body gets hot and cold and hungry. People are doing this and that. Can't I stay? Nope. Go on. Wake up. Tell everybody it's about love. Tell everybody it's about perfecting the loving. You got some work to do. And it's easy to see if you got work to do. For any of you ladies who have a purse and there's a little, mirror in there, all you got to do is pull the mirror out, put your nose under. If it fogs up, you got work to do. It ain't time. Okay. That's a part of the spiritual package. Part of being spiritual, realized, is that death becomes a non-issue for you. Not that you want to go die or you do death-defying things. It just becomes, it's not a part of your deal. You're spiritual. You realize, I'm going to do the work I'm called to do. When it's time to go, I'm going to go. If it's not my time, I can't go. Even if I want to stay on the other side, no. Sorry. I remember my mother used to have that sometimes, when we were growing up as kids. Just popped into my mind here. Whenever a relative would pass, my mom would go with them and see them to the next level of ancestors and relatives, and she would try to stay, and they'd say, Alice, you going back? You ushered Aunt so-and-so here, but you got to go back. And she would come back. And she would tell us, wake us up and say, well, so-and-so just passed, and they were in D.C., so we didn't get the news by phone yet, but we got the news by mom, And she said, yeah, it was so good. I tried to stay, but I couldn't, Mom! Now she gets to stay. Anyway, take the breath here. And hear it slowed down. We're breaking. We're setting ourselves free from our inner boundaries. Setting ourselves free. That's what our practice is about. Expanding our perception to vision state. Our lowly listening provides the opportunity for us to catch the eternal transmission, the eternal broadcast. Let there be light. Let there be life. Let there be love. The eternal transmission. Let there be. It's always in the beginning. When we read scripture about in the beginning, God, in the beginning was the Word was with God. It's not talking about a particular time in history. It's talking about moment by moment by moment. New causes and factors being set in motion by the choices we're making. I hear the eternal broadcast. And I forecast, today, let there be abundance reigning supreme in my life. Let there be dynamic health and wholeness reign supreme in my life. Let there be an ever-increasing willingness to become more and never less than my true self. Let there be. It's the forecast. That's the prophecy. That's the prediction. Every little thing is going to be all right. Feel it in my bones. I don't let my lying eyes determine my state of consciousness. Breath. Come with me into this dynamic right now. As we begin this particular cycle of a new year, the whole soul intention to catch the eternal broadcast of the Spirit. We lift our own vibration right here and right now. by entering fully into the consciousness of gratitude and thanksgiving. Whether we're grateful for something and it lifts our consciousness, whether we're just living in a state of gratitude for nothing at all, it lifts our consciousness. Our capacity to hear with the ear beyond the ear is quickened. And we begin to notice that we can hear the inaudible, that which cannot be caught by the ears alone. We begin to hear the sweet music of the spheres. We begin to hear the wisdom and the guidance shouting at us throughout all creation. We begin to catch the transmission and forecast a dynamic prediction for our life. It's going to be good. It's going to be magnificent. Come what may, it's going to be beautiful. Oh my God, I see for all of us. I predict, I prophesy that all of our needs are met. I prophesy excellence in every area of our life. I predict, with God being for us and no thing being against us, that there's an ever-increasing joy factor. And the consciousness of joying takes over our existence. Loving, joying, giving, sharing, being takes over our existence. I predict that everything works together for our good. I prophesy that from this moment on, there is birth within us. There emerges from the depth of our being a happiness, a joy, and a gratitude not built upon the shaky sands of conditions, not built upon the temporary sands of circumstances. I predict that a dynamic peace of mind emerges from the depth of our being that's built upon our consciousness of God, our consciousness of our unity with the presence, our consciousness of our unity with the source of all creation. Oh, that's permanent. There's no shifting sands there. There's no temporariness there. There's a permanent joy. Can you get with that? Can you even fathom that? Can you begin to even just imagine that for a moment? A joy and a peace. It's not built upon circumstance, but check this out. Circumstances are malleable. The condensed energy, they're changing all the time. And those circumstances, based on law, change. The universe matches your vibration, and your life experience changes. Will you be strong enough to hold on to the high resolve? Will you be strong enough to hold on to the light, even when it appears to be dark? Will you hold on to the joy and the love and the peace, even when it's hard? And the promise, you are my beloved, in who I am well pleased, speaks volumes in your soul. For now the Spirit of the living God has found the great playground. Your heart, a great playground. Your mind, a great playground. Your soul, a great playground. Your entire being, radiating the luminosity of the Spirit. All needs met. To these, a dynamic grace, an elegant dignity, representing the presence that is never in absence. Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm seeing it. I'm predicting it. I'm prophesying it. My word is law. It's happening right now. Ooh, now. Right now. Right now. Oh, God. Ricky, baby. Come on.
Oh. I am to sing of the glory.
Meditators, stand on up.
I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to sing of the glory of God, unfolding, expressing, created the glory around me, the glory within me, the glory. I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to dwell in the presence of God. I am to dwell in the presence of God. Unfolding, expressing, created the glory around me, the glory within me, the glory. I am to dwell in the presence of God. Oh, holy, holy. Holy, holy, I am to dwell in the presence of God. Oh, holy, holy, I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to sing of the glory of God. What? I am to sing of the glory, unfolding, expressing, created the glory around me, the glory within me, the glory. I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to sing of the glory of God. I am to sing of the glory of God.
We are to sing of the glory of God. Oh, feel into that. That's, as you take the hand of the being next to you, that's the latest musical contribution that emerged through Ricky Beebe during our 2015 to 2016 retreat. Singing of the glory of God. And so as you're holding that hand, you stand in proxy for these beings.